Hello and welcome to the British Basketball League here at Kelvin Hall, where the Glasgow Rocks play host to the Plymouth Raiders. The Raiders come here on the back of heartache, having lost the BBL Trophy final to Newcastle on Friday. But the Rocks are short of their backcourt combo, EJ Harrison and maybe Michael Green. We'll check that one out. Before we get going, let's have a look at the two teams are placed in the league table ahead of tonight's game. Plymouth are third in the table and mathematically could still catch the Eagles at the top of the table, but that would require the Geordies to lose at least 4 of their last 7, which seems highly unlikely. Glasgow are in 5th right now and looking to hang on to that spot, with Sheffield snapping at their heels. Leicester are probably too far in front now for the Rocks to claim a top 4 berth. Tonight I'm joined by one of the elite coaches in the BBL who's managed to win all 4 pieces of silverware to his name, the Mersey coach Tony Garbaletto. Tony, Plymouth come here on the back of a BBL Trophy final defeat, heartbreaker for them, leading by 9 after the first leg. How do you think they respond?
Well, I think they're really going to respond well. I mean, I've been very impressed with Gavin's team this year. They could have really suffered after that massive cup final defeat, but they've come back and they've really been the form team since that cup final, and they were extremely unlucky to lose the final on Friday.
And the Rocks have had just a really long list of injuries this season. No EJ Harrison today. Michael Green, who's supposed to be out with an MCL, warming up here, Tony. Who'd have thought he'd be back?
I have no clue how that can be physically possible, but at this moment, I mean, it's a great boost for the Rocks. I mean, they have such great support here. I love this court. I think that they could give a really good performance, even with the fact that he may not get on the court. I think just that boost of him warming up could give the team a great lift.
Yeah, we're not sure how much lateral movement he has, so I don't think he will see many minutes, if any at all, but just a boost, as Tony says. Now, looking at the Rocks, they're currently in 5th, Sheffield snapping at the heels. Do you think they can hold them off?
Well, I think, we got to give, first of all, we got to give Sterling some incredible credit, Coach Sterling Davis, because his team has been ravaged with injuries. Not 1, not 2, but 3 or 4 major injuries to key players, and to keep this team in 5th. I'm not sure. There's a lot of games to play. I mean, it's going to be very, very tight at the end, but 5th or 6th, he deserves an incredible amount of praise.
He certainly does. Let's see what he and his opposite number had to say. I spoke to both coaches a little earlier. Well, Sterlos, feel like I need a personnel update whenever we come and do Rocks games. You've had no Green and no Harrison in recent weeks. Is that the same tonight?
Yeah, I'm thinking that way. I know EJ's definitely not here yet. We expect him in next week at some point. Mike Green, he's day-to-day right now, and right now it's going to be more of a game-time decision with him. He hadn't practiced at all since his injuries happened. So, but he just came today saying he'll see how it feels to warm up. So I guess we have to gauge about that. But no, it's been difficult for us.
You've had a horrendous run of injuries this season. How have you coped as a coach?
I don't know. I really don't know, man. It's just one of those things you can't really prepare for. The guys have done a good job of getting through those trials and tribulations we face, but it's a nightmare as a coach with so many different disruptions and things like that. So we just had to make the adjustments as we can, and we're pretty lucky to be in the position we're in right now, to be honest with you, considering all the injuries we've had.
Yeah, it's some credit to the guys who would have started the season the backup that you're still in 5th place in the league.
Yeah, I mean, they've done a good job of stepping up and not letting that be the be-all and end-all of our season. And so, I credit those guys every day for what they've done and the work ethic they've put forth and trying to make this thing work. So, hopefully we can get a full squad back sooner rather than later, especially going into the playoff runs, that we'll be have some kind of cohesiveness going in. And
what do you expect with Plymouth? Wounded animal or a bit deflated?
I mean, you can look at it both ways. They could be deflated after the loss to Newcastle, but they also could use it as a motivator, to understand, listen, we want to get back to winning, get the sour taste out of their mouth, and the best way to do that is to win the next basketball game. So we got to be prepared for both situations, and I think, we've struggled with them twice this season already, so it'll be a tough test for us.
Thanks for talking to us. Good luck. Well, obviously you had the heartbreak on Friday of the trophy final. What's been the mood in the camp over the last couple of days?
Well, obviously I think it's been a bit somber. No one's particularly happy of how the game ended in the 4th quarter. A number of different issues there. But what can we do? We have to suck it up and get on with the regular season now, and we're here to hopefully have a good performance against the Rocks.
How do you go about bouncing back? Is it just putting that out of the mind and moving on?
I think you've got to use it as motivation. I think we feel pretty angry about it, really. I mean, we didn't play well, and and it was just a poor performance really. And now we're trying to put that right today. So yeah, we're ready to go.
And you've had some interesting games with the Rocks this season.
We have indeed, yeah. We've had, I mean, one game, the first game, we played exceptionally well and managed to blow them out. In the second game, they came out guns blazing. We're up by, I think, 22 at one point, and we managed to have a miraculous recovery in the fourth quarter. They're a strong, organised team that shoot the ball really well from outside. So it's going to be another tough game today, especially if they've got the home court advantage.
Are you looking to exploit the weaknesses in the backcourt? Harrison obviously not here, although Green is warming up.
Well, we'll look at that. We're going to play our game, and you know, at the end of the day, if somebody's not there, somebody has got an opportunity to step up, and we know the guys filling in are more than capable. So yeah, we'll take it just as seriously as we would normally with the other guys there.
Good luck in today's game, thanks. Well, they're just going through their last warm-ups here at Kelvin Hall. Let's have a look at the two team rosters going into today's game. And we've talked about the Rocks' shocking run of injuries this season. Amazingly, only Wedemeyer, Huffer and Murray have taken to the court in all 24 of their league games. And yet, despite all of this, they're 12 and 12 and 5th in the table. Tony, you've talked about the job Sterling Davis has done. Tremendous it is. But you've also got to give some credit to some of these guys who started the season as backup players but have been key starters.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, Danny Huffer in particular has been outstanding. Wedemeyer has been absolutely great in very, very key games. But they've done it by committee. They've really done it with an intensity on defense. They played people really close in close games on the road. So you have to be impressed with this bench, with this group of players that have come off the bench and have pushed themselves and earned these minutes in the starting rotation.
Let's take a look at the Plymouth lineup, and it is a quality lineup. It's no surprise that they've been in the hunt for all the trophies up for grabs this season. Perhaps what's cost them is some poor free throw shooting. They shoot only 63% from the free throw line, and some inconsistent long-range shooting. If they get hot from the arc, they're a tough team.
I think the most interesting stat about the free throw shooting is that they've got great free throw shooters in Jeremy Bell, in James Jones, in Michael Ojo, but they're three main frontline players who are arguably the best frontline in the whole of the league. That's Williams, Rowe and Colbert, all shoot in the 50% range, and that just cannot win you big trophies. But it's an incredible job they've done to be in all of these games, so that's something they've got to get over.
Well, the two teams have made it out onto court, and Michael Green, amazingly, who was ruled out for about a month to 6 weeks, 2 weeks ago, is on court in the starting lineup. I can't believe it.
I mean, the only thing I will say is that had to be a misdiagnosis of that injury, because that's not a rupture of the MCL. That has to be a slight strain, because there's no way he's coming back on the court. For me at this moment, though, the big key is DeAndre Cranston and Sterling Davis, how they can handle this inside powerful lineup of the Plymouth Raiders.
Here's Davis guarding against Rowe, and Rowe going straight to the basket. Got to do better than that.
And that's, you know, I thought it was one of the keys to the game. And, you know, the Rocks can be lightweight at the start of, you know, for sure in big parts of this game. They can't allow that to happen now.
Here is Green. We'll keep an eye on how well he moves. He goes inside to Cranston. Cranston off the glass, doesn't quite convert.
No, tough move. You know, went to go on baseline, got stood up really well by Paul Williams. Paul Williams is probably playing almost as well as anyone in this league at this moment.
And arguably the most underrated player in the league, and James Jones, another one who had a great game last week on front of our cameras, knocks down a long two.
Yeah, I just think that, you know, I thought, well, he's obviously one of my players, so, or my past players. He's just a tremendous all-round player. Doesn't get the credit he deserves, but I know for a fact Plymouth realise what type of player they've got.
Davis with the shot clock ticking down, dumps it off to Cranston, blocked by Williams. Good defensive effort from Williams, and looking at him out, leading the break with the block and the finger roll at the other end.
That's tremendous play. I mean, to stand up at the ring, his body is so strong, but to lead the break was just tremendous. I mean, Coach Sterling Davis won't be happy with this start here.
Not too many bigs after a block shot. Race off down court like that. Good ball movement finds Green. His shot had the legs, but not quite the line.
No, and I think that, you know, he's going to be a little bit rusty certainly from outside. Good ducking by Paul Williams here on the block. Got the mismatch.
Spins around to the little hook. Didn't hit the ring, so no reset of the shot clock, although Rowe did get the offensive rebound. Here's Colbert. Kicks it out, stolen away by Green. Green has Murray ahead of him. Murray going against Bell, will lay it in. Yes, that will count. Jeremy Bell called for the foul.
I love Gareth Murray. He's one of those, again, like James Jones, both of them don't get much credit here. They shoot the gap. Okay, Michael Green kicks it back to Gareth Murray. Good drive. But you really and truthfully, there really wasn't too much defensive contact. And Gareth Murray is a good enough player to finish that play without any refereeing whistle to be made.
The home fans love Gareth Murray as well, as Cranston tried to go after the offensive rebound, because the Rocks fans stand up until they get their opening score. It had been 2 minutes in the game, they hadn't got a score.
And I've been here when they had to stand up a little bit longer, but good job by the Rocks scoring there.
Jones drives baseline, dumps off to Williams. Too much space in the lane, can't convert, row after the offensive glass. Ball bobbles about, and eventually Davis comes up with it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they've got to do. They've got to scrap inside there. They've really got to go to war inside. Nice post up by Gareth Murray there, and he did. He shuffled the feet. Got to just take a little bit more time there. He had Jeremy Bell. He's got to look over his shoulder, see if the help is coming. He spun baseline. He didn't need to shuffle the feet when the bigs came over.
Yeah, he's either got to go up there or kick the pass out without the step. Here's Bell at the other end to Jones, guarded by Green. Skipping it up high for Colbert. Did well to pull that one in. Good ball movement, and it slipped through Williams' hands.
I've been really impressed by Coach Gavin Love and what he has done with the internal workings of this team. They seem to have a very good chemistry between each other, making the extra pass, good internal passing between the bigs.
Green to Wedemeyer from behind the arc, doesn't go. Long rebound comes out to Bell.
Yeah, that shot's got to go down today. That has to go down for them to be successful.
Jones spinning, loses it out of bounds. Last touch by Murray. It'll be a Plymouth ball.
Yeah. Game's not got too much of a flow to it at this moment. A little bit disjointed. Both teams look like a little bit anxious.
Jones now to inbound. Bell, oh, they left him open. Too many switches and nobody went out with Bell.
Well, the scout report on Jeremy Bell is that you cannot let him get into that set shooting mode for his three-point shot. He's not a great catch-and-shoot three-point shooter. He's a great catch-and-shoot shooter in the mid-range game. But there, they got away with that one. He got his feet set.
Davis with the head fake drives in. Good stand by Colbert, and that will be called an offensive foul.
I think Lehman Colbert has probably won at least 2 or 3 games just on this one play in this season. He is well, not even probably, he is the best player for taking charges in this league. He's unbelievable.
Disagree.
If we disagree.
Disagree. Tommy Freeman. Tommy Freeman leads the league in charges taken.
Well, because we don't stat that in this country, we don't know for sure, but we'll beg to differ on that one. I think Liam Colbert leads this league. He does a great job, but let's say both Freeman and Colbert do a great job there.
Yeah, we're picking at hairs because it is a good defensive skill to have, to be able to get your body in the right position to take a charge like that. Here's Williams. Nice spin.
Great
Look at
move.
that.
That's a great move. But what I'd love to see with the Glasgow Rocks there is a little bit more digging in defensively and trying to attract some attention there. They can't allow Cranston to play Williams one-on-one.
Green splits the double team, kicks out to Wedemeyer for 3. Long rebound is Sterling Davis's. Nice spin at the other end.
Yeah, and Cranston replies, so that's a great job by him. He's got to stand up Williams a little bit better down this end here. He can't allow, that's better. Fight that post position there. That's a good job. Use the body, hands have got to be up there.
And it gives Williams a further out starting position.
Exactly, and what he did there is he used his body, stood him up a little bit further. The jump hook was a nice fluid jump hook, but it was a little bit further out. That's the reason why I missed.
Green with a long range too. He certainly doesn't seem to be struggling in the early going.
He definitely doesn't, and he's probably one of the best mid-range. We've actually got 2 great mid-range jump shooters here, Jeremy Bell and Michael Green there.
Williams overcooked it. He beat Cranston all ends up, but just put too much on the reverse lane. Davis against Rowe, plenty of muscle in that matchup. Davis going at it again, and this time he's fouled.
Great perseverance by Sterling Davis there. I mean, showing some of the abilities that made him one of the best players in this league for many, many years. Just being able to bully Anthony Rowe down to the basket. Could have been called a foul there. Excellent job to stay with it from Wedemeyer and then passing back to Davis.
And this is, we talked about Plymouth's woes from the free throw line this season. This has been one of the real strength of the Glasgow Rocks. Absolutely. From 15 feet.
And when they're in close games, that's what's winning them those close games. They get to the line and they're an outstanding free throw shooting team.
They just dropped to second in the league now. They did lead the league in that category for a long period of time, but Worcester just moving past them.
And that's not a surprise that two teams have won a lot of close games. Good job by Michael Green trying to break up that play. James Jones on the cut, though. Got to finish that, though. Got to finish that with speed. He made the right cut. It was a good pass. Just got to kiss that off the glass a little bit better.
Davis out on the three-point line. Go inside again to Cranston.
I like this, but I like the ability to establish Cranston. He needs to get more touches. When I've seen him, if he doesn't receive the ball, he definitely drifts out of the game. So that's a great job by Coach Sterling Davis there to establish him. The only problem is if he runs and Williams meets him, that's where there's some issues, because obviously Williams is one of the biggest bodies in this league. It's a lot more harder to back him down.
The one problem I've seen with Cranston this season is he is prone to a few fouls. I've seen him get injured a few times, so I haven't seen him at his best all the time. But last time we were here, he was having a great game. That's a traveling violation.
Good. That was actually a good call. That was a good call. So I think Coach Sterling there got caught was going to reverse the ball, saw the pass wasn't on, then he slipped his feet there. I like what Coach Gavin Love's doing here. Start to rotate his players. His players have got to be a little bit tired psychologically. I tried to get some early substitutions into this game.
Bell driving to that fall away, trademark shot.
Unbelievable. I mean, this guy can create all kinds of shots. I mean, the degree of difficulty on these shots are unreal. Gareth for
Murray
free.
Fires up for three. Rebound Cranston. And Murray driving into the
great pass. You know, Gareth, I think 2 or 3 years ago, Gareth would have settled for the extra free again after receiving it back, but that's just maturity there. Great dribble drive and handoff there to Cranston.
Well, I think Green is going to get a full test of the knee now, trying to guard Martin out on the perimeter, one of the quickest players in the league.
Yeah, although he can stay down and force Anthony Martin to take the three-point shot, which obviously is one of his weaker parts of his game.
Rose shot doesn't quite go from 17 feet.
If there's one player at the moment I think Plymouth are really struggling to really integrate and to get him playing on firing on all his cylinders is Anthony Rowe.
As Davis's shot goes up, rebound.
Cranston, great job again. Bulliam, nice job. That's a great job by the big guy. You've got to give it up for him there. Bullied him inside, smaller lineup. Paul Williams is off the floor. That's a great job by Cranston. Oh, Williams is still on. Sorry, I apologize.
Gareth Murray jumping out in front of Bell is called for the blocking foul.
So as I was saying with Anthony Rowe operates fantastically well from what we call the elbow area, which is the corner of the free throw line, and he can do a lot of things. He's got good range in his jump shot, consistency, he can dribble drive. They're just not establishing him and giving him enough touches, and I think that Coach Gavin Love has got to find a way of getting him firing on all cylinders.
Well, Hupper for the Cranston. This is going small now for the Rocks.
So now they've gone to zone.
Martin penetrates, skips out to Bell in the corner. His shot doesn't quite go. Tipped up in the air by Williams, but only to Green.
I like the Rocks gameplay at the moment. This is the good pace. They're working out some possessions here.
Murray with the jumper from 18 feet. Long rebound is Bell's. He's got Martin ahead of him. Here is Martin to the hole, up off the glass. Rebound Rowe, knocked loose by Wedemeyer. Ball's still on there somewhere, and it'll be a wrap-up. Jump ball is called, and the possession arrow pointing the way of the Rocks.
Yeah, I like the tempo at the moment. This is a low-scoring affair, okay, and this much favors the Glasgow Rocks. The Plymouth Raiders want to be up and down, run and gun, lots of shot attempts. Jeremy Bell excels in that area. Okay, so now we're going to see if Coach Gavin Love can dictate this tempo a little bit more and start to get a little bit more. He's inserted Anthony Martin, one of the more up-tempo players in this league. He'll play full-court defense. He'll start to try to push the ball in transition.
Just a little perspiration on the floor, which is why there's a slight delay in the game. But just to reiterate the point you're making about tempo and the pace of the score, Rocks third lowest scoring team in the league, the Raiders second highest scoring team in the league.
Absolutely.
Green dumps inside to Huffer.
Yeah.
To Wedemeyer for 3.
Plymouth got caught there. They were trying to play some sort of matchup zone themselves, and Bell and Martin went to the same player. They got lucky on that attempt because Wedemeyer had a little bit more time to set his shot up.
Martin bounces it out to Bell running the baseline.
Good job. Good defense there.
Oh, it gets to Williams inside. How did he get that position?
I think if I was Coach Davis, I'd certainly be asking the question about where the 3-second call was there. But again, Paul Williams was doing a good job. He encamped himself in there when there was a lot of penetration along the baseline. So, 2-3.
Davis's shot doesn't quite go. Colbert pulls it.
Yeah, and the problem is now that it's one and done for the Rocks if they miss that shot, because they have no way of getting an offensive rebound against this big lineup.
Martin out to Williams. Williams gets it to Bell. Bell on to Colbert from behind the arc for 3 off the back of the ring. Huffer chases it down. Still Huffer bounces it down to Wedemeyer. Trying to spin past Colbert and is called for a traveling violation.
That's an interesting call. I actually would, you know, the only thing I would say from a fundamental standpoint here, Wedemeyer catches the ball here. Did we see the travel? That's a tough call, I think, on the Rocks there. But what I would say is he didn't need to take the dribble. He caught the ball. If he was going to dribble, he needed to go out to the wing and face up Colbert. He's never going to be able to overpower Colbert in the post. So that move was inconsequential. Nice ball screen at the top there from Rowe against the zone.
Ojo into the game for the first time. Bell penetrating through, flips it up tough.
Do you know, when he makes that drive, it looks like he's out of control. And then he has that presence just to kiss that ball off the glass. He does it almost as well as I've seen anyone in this league do it.
Time ticking down, 30 seconds here to go in the first quarter. Very low scoring first quarter it is too. Green looking to tie the game, and
wow.
We're level at 14.
Michael Green off of the hospital bed and knocks down a three-point shot. He couldn't have taken many reps in practice, you know, many shots or any type of execution, unless this has all been some sort of charade.
Yeah. Here come the Raiders, last offense of the first quarter. Ojo in the corner, fires up for 3, halfway down. Rowe with the rebound. Can he get it off in time? Yes, he can, but he doesn't convert. A very low-scoring first quarter is finished tied at 14, Tony Gobeletta.
Yeah, I really like what the Glasgow Rocks are doing here. They're really playing possession for possession. They're drawing out some of the sting out of the Plymouth Raiders. Now, can Coach Gavin Love energize his team and get them out running and gunning? I'd like to see him maybe extend his defense up a little bit further, try to force the tempo for Glasgow to actually have to attack a little bit quicker, and then they can come backwards and forwards. But at the moment, this game has to flavor Coach Sterling Davis and the Glasgow Rocks.
We're level at the end of 1 here at Kelvin Hall. We'll be right back with second quarter action after this.
The rainforest is under threat. Join Sky for a weekend of programming devoted to its survival.
We're on the road to helping save the rainforest.
From revealing its innermost secrets to the latest in eco-design.
We came from the trees. We need to go back to the trees.
And for the first time, explore its wonders in 3D. The Rainforest Rescue Weekend, this weekend on Sky.
G'day.
Dan, I'm at this fancy English barbecue. They're serving gold.
Oh, the Australian for chic.
But all they're saying is it just got greenery in it.
No sausage.
Nah, just cucumber.
That is a crime against sliced bread.
Should I refuse to eat it on the grounds that I'm Australian? And a man?
No, mate. Obviously times are tough and they can't afford the beef. So eat the rabbit food and smile while you're doing it.
Righto. I'll give it a nudge.
Hooroo!
Hello, Bradley. You enjoying my little party?
Too right. And your secret's safe with me. Spend all the sandwich money on gold, eh? You little ripper.
Foster's Gold, 4.8% premium lager.
The TA needs to recruit thousands of soldiers, so we're going to take this poster and stick it on this.
Get trained and get paid in your spare time. Search Army Jobs, Territorial Army. See the full mission online.
Hydration where you least expect it. From your razor. Wilkinson Sword Hydro. Water-activated gel hydrates your skin as you shave, and Skin Guards help reduce irritation. Our best shave for your skin. Hydro from Wilkinson Sword. Free your skin.
Enjoy the greens of the Algarve. Come to the Tee for a unique experience, because golf courses on the Algarve are a true inspiration. With their beauty, with their international reputation. A paradise for golfers where you can play all year round. Make the best shot of your life. Come and discover the Algarve.
Set, dos, один, go! Один, go! Один, go! Один, go! Один, go!
This is the new home of F1. In HD.
Welcome back to Glasgow, where we're tied at 14 through one period of play in this BBL Championship game. The Raiders, who were runners-up in the Cup and the trophy, probably the best they can get in the league, will be runners-up in that as well.
Yeah. Nice job. Nice execution of that set play there with Anthony Rowe going into the short corner behind the last line of the zone. He's got to make that, and that's what I'm trying to say. At this moment, he just seems there's something not quite right.
Green from behind the arc. That rebound is chased down by Sterling Davis.
Yeah, you know, Plymouth are a step slow at this moment. A little bit of fatigue in their legs, maybe.
There's
mentally fatigued. Look, another one as well.
Causing himself problems, and they'll have a third shot chance here. Huffer from behind the arc, and if you give the team enough looks, you expect one of them to go in. That one didn't, though.
Yeah, it didn't as well.
Bell penetrates to that fall away. That is his trademark move. Doesn't quite go.
Yeah, but they try to energize themselves there. They look a step slow at this moment. They've got too much talent, though, just to remain like this for the rest of the game. But at this moment, I'm sure Coach Gavin Love will be ready to call an early timeout. Cranston working on the boards.
Loses it out of bounds. Probably needed a little power bounce to send him up.
Yeah, but you know, his hands have got to be a little bit tired. They've got to squeeze the ball there. That should be just a two-point basket there for a big guy like that.
Martin to Bell. Driving underneath. Did he step on the line? Yes, he did. They've tried that along the line a few times here today, and that time he was just too far down.
Yeah, I don't like that from players. You know, I'd rather he gets to the corner, you know, drags the baseline defender out, then they've got some normal movements. They need to establish their inside guys in this against this zone. That's the simple fact. They don't need to be, you know, messing about with dribble drive at this moment.
Huffer towing the line. His shot doesn't go. Martin looking to push. It's Murray backpedaling. Murray
that
did
was
well.
Outstanding defense by Gareth Murray. We get a replay on that. That was outstanding on the dribble driver in transition. Excellent by Gareth Murray.
It's Green up top. Green penetrates out to Davis with the jump shot. Will it go? No, it won't. It's bobbling about, and Martin with the rebound.
Definitely Plymouth step slow on that zone defense there.
Little push in the back from Sterling Davis there. Good spot by the referee as Williams just pushed him out.
Yeah, Dan, absolutely. Great call by yourself. You know, there was a little nudge in the back, and Sterling, you know, ever the professional and mature, you know, one of the greats of our league, can definitely
Here's a quick look at that defensive play.
Oh, absolutely tremendous. He beats him to the spots, uses his body, doesn't use his hands. Okay, what a great job to stop a basket there, which was almost a certain basket on a layup.
Lobbed into Rowe at the foul line, and he knocked it out. I mean, that's automatic for Anthony Rowe.
And that's what they need to do. They need to establish their bigs inside. Paul Williams is still in this game, Anthony Rowe. And like I said, they need to get Anthony Rowe going in this season. It's such a key. His production definitely dropped off in the last month or so.
Wedemeyer into Huffer. Huffer's little mid-range.
Don't like that. He's going to need a timeout, I think, in the next minute or so. He didn't need to take that. There's like a turnaround jump shot. Anthony Rowe running the floor.
Well, you could almost get a job as a coach, Tony, because Sterling Davis has called a timeout. It's only a 4-0 run here in the opening 2.5, but there's no points gone on the board.
No, and I don't think he's not going to like at all what they did. But this was just fantastic running by Anthony Rowe. Okay, he made something happen down at the defensive end and just ran the floor really hard. Those are the type of plays that you expect at this level. But sometimes your players let you down and they don't run as hard as they should do. But from Coach Sterling Davis' point of view, he's got to get some more semblance of structure down here and attacking the Plymouth zone. There's no inside out, there's no dribble penetration, there's no kick to any of these open shooters. There's guys kind of making some sort of play on their own, hardly any passes. Against the zone, multiple passes lead to good shots.
I'm sure that's pretty much a précis of what Davis is saying here in this timeout. You were talking about the zone defense of the Rocks. I've been impressed the way they've played. I mean, they played a bit of 1-3-1 earlier in the season, which you almost never see at this level. I've been impressed by the way the Rocks play a zone defense.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I've been a long-term admirer of Coach Sterling Davis, and tactically what he does, both from the offensive end and the defensive end. He always uses the 1-3-1, normally in the second half of games, and normally when his team needs a fire, needs to really get a few points on the board, and it sometimes throws you. If you don't scout it and you're not ready for it, certainly can be very effective.
Well, you just never come up against 1-3-1. Almost nobody plays it these days.
Danny Huffer needs to be a little bit further out to spread. See, this is his area. Corner jump shot.
Stepped on the line, though. It's one of them, you see it all the time. Guy catches the ball, and in his momentum to go forward, his foot goes backwards. Absolutely. And he just tapped the line.
But I was going to say to you, if he had stood in the corner in the first place, the original pass would have been there, and then he would have had his shot. He had gone, encroached in, now he goes out, and he actually stepped on the line because he was trying to do the right thing. Should have done it first of all. Crucial time for the Rocks, I feel. They need to get themselves back in this game.
Bell has Ojo in the corner. Yeah, that's his spot.
That is his spot.
Well.
He's one of the best three-point shooters to come into this league.
Here he is again, and he travelled with him. And that's very important on the back of the zone to know Ojo's there and jump out.
Absolutely, and I think if there's only one small knock on Ojo is, can he make contested threes? So we've already seen Michael Green make a contested free. We know Jeremy Bell can. He turns down a lot of threes, but can he make some when the player is actually guarding him?
Green with a hand in his face. Will it bobble in? No. Huffer fighting for the rebound.
You gotta love.
He's deceptively good on the offensive ball.
You've gotta love Danny Huffer's effort there. I mean, you really have to. I mean, that's will to win. Here, against a big guy like this, look at him, in there, fighting, on the floor, get on the floor. Great job, Danny Huffer.
And what he's done is he's won his team back possession of the ball. That's called a jump ball, and the arrow pointing their way, they get the ball back.
Absolutely, and as a coach, that's all you could ask for. Get yourself an extra possession. Those are the ones that are going to win games. Jamel Williams is back into the game for the Plymouth Raiders now, so Paul Williams,
that was a nice play. One left, one right, big screen, and Cranston was meant to lay it in.
But this line play is a pretty familiar play in most levels of basketball, and should never, ever be the big guy get the ball in that position. Should always be forced out.
Almost got it a second time there. Here he is in the low block. Cranston to Wedemeyer. Wedemeyer trying to spin through traffic, and I think Ojo is going to be whispered. It's either him or Williams. It is Michael Ojo on the help down.
Yeah, they're clogged in. That's why there needs to be a little bit better spacing by the Rocks. James Jones is coming back in now. I like what Coach Gavin Love is doing. Like I said, he needs to rotate all his players today. They need to get lots of minutes. They need to get minutes, but they need to get rest as well. They played an awful lot of minutes on Friday in a big-time atmosphere. That must take it out, emotionally and physically.
Wedemeyer trying to get the first point of the second quarter on the board for the Rocks. 3.5 minutes it's taken them. Fortunately, only 4 have gone in the other way.
Absolutely, and again, this lends the games again for the Glasgow Rocks to be keeping in there. It's all biddy. It's stop-start. There's no tempo to this game at this moment. Very disjointed.
Here's Jones to Williams, 2 guys who played for Tony Garboletto last season. Martin on to Ojo.
Now it's excellent scouting by the Rocks there. You got to give Anthony Martin that shot. Ojo here on the free.
Doesn't convert. Cranston pulls in the rebound.
This is going to be an interesting one. So Coach Gavin Love now has his two best perimeter shooters on the floor. It's going to be an interesting one to see how the Rocks guard.
Here's Murray in the corner. He's a decent perimeter shooter himself.
That's Gareth Murray's spot. Corner free, you got to know him, you got to locate him. Like you have with Michael Ojo and James Jones, you got to locate him.
Jones to reply with 3, doesn't go. Rocks in the lead here now.
Oh, they've done a great job. That was a good timeout. Like to maybe see, Coach Gavin Love, maybe if a score here from the Rocks, I'd like to maybe see a timeout. He's got one.
Nice dish into Wedemeyer. Couldn't quite.
Wedemeier's got to make that shot. Got to make that.
Martin pushing. Dumps it off to Rowe on the finger roll.
Good job. Anthony Martin, I just love this guy. He's a game changer in my view, when we played him twice this year, totally changed the whole tempo of this game. His speed is unbelievable, and a great pass to Anthony Rowe.
And of course, we had the reverse fixture on Sky Sports earlier this season, where that big fourth quarter run was really led by Anthony Martin's pace.
Absolutely.
That's tipped out of bounds by Wedemeyer, and it was as the Rocks were starting to tire. They had injury problems. Green had gone down injured. Cranston, I think, was struggling as well at the time. And the last thing you want to see in the fourth quarter when you're tired, short on numbers, is Anthony Martin in full flow.
Yeah, full flow. And he's probably the fastest player from A to B in this league, from one keyway to the other keyway. He's incredible. But the scouting report, like we just saw there, was, give a good cushion and make sure that you try to force him to take the three-point shot. He is making more this year, though. There's no question about that.
Here's Williams trying to make one from behind the arc. That's short and ball bobbled about.
Yeah, I'm not sure Coach Gavin Love's going to like that. That's not to say he can't make that.
Oh, what am I? Oh, it didn't go in. Where's the home court roll when you need one?
Yeah, I mean, that was a nice defensive stand by the Plymouth Raiders.
Well, I said at the top of the show that inconsistent three-point shooting by the Raiders has been a bit of a weakness, if there are any, in this team, and they're 0 for 8. They've gone inside this time.
Exactly, and so at this moment, the Rocks haven't fully worked out the Paul Williams-Anthony Rowe combination inside. Keep punching it inside. They've got good shooters in James and Ojo, so they're going to get closed out on the perimeter, and that was just a great pass by James Jones.
Murray from the top of the key.
Really, really solid at this moment, Gareth Murray. Got a great mid-range shot there. He's taken a free.
There's Ojo in the corner for 3. They still can't get one to go. Rowe with the offensive glass. He doesn't get one to bobble in. Williams with a chance for the Raiders to reset. 0 of 9 now, Plymouth from behind the arc. That's going to be a blocking foul.
That was a blocking foul. Yeah, I mean, I think they made one, though. James Jones, did he make the first one?
That was a 2.
It was a 2,
yeah.
Okay. I mean, Michael Ojo and James Jones, I mean, they're good. They're not just good shooters, they're great shooters. They will come back. I think it's almost psychological, and that's what happened on the free throw line.
Well, there's a pause in the action here, so we'll take a break, too. We'll be right back after this.
Anywhere in the world. to the beat of London 2012 with Coca-Cola.
See your apps come to life. And see where it takes you. On the beautifully different Nokia Lumia.
Is your car air freshener so strong it knocks you out? New Febreze Car gives you intensity control and fresh fragrances with a sparkling sensation. Be seduced by new Febreze Car and breathe happy. New Febreze Car.
You know what, Churchill? I love...
New York?
No, I love...
Lucy.
No, what I was going to say was that I love...
You, baby.
I love your...
Tiger feet.
No, I love...
It went apart.
I love your UK call centres. They always know what I'm on about. Unlike you big dog.
For UK call centres, plus 12 months for the price of 10 on car insurance, chat to Churchill.
Hello, I'm Van Damme. It was 22 years ago today. I was alone in the Rockies. My clothes were taken by big sweaty bears. I was scared. I was left with nothing except my tight leopard print on the pants. My nipples were so cold, they started talking to me. That was the closest I ever been to the ice-cold refreshment of a Coors Light. Yeah, Coors Light. The world's most refreshing beer.
There are bad starts, false starts, weak starts. But as Olympians, we strive for a great start. Every race and every morning.
Gillette Fusion Pro Glide. Designed for a comfortable shave even against the grain. Its microcone guides hair for its thinner blades to cut close.
Get your great start with Gillette Fusion Pro Glide. And try the full lineup of Gillette products.
People of Britain, I do not come to conquer, but as a friend. So who better to inspire change in your country and your culture than someone who knows next to nothing about it? To say I'm Britain's most wanted man, I think kind of trumps being the sexiest man alive. Where are kids fatter, in America or in Great Britain?
Definitely America, yeah.
Yay!
Yeah.
He won!
Morgan Spurlock's New Britannia starts Monday at 10:10 after Game of Thrones on Sky Atlantic HD.
This is the new home of F1 in HD.
Sideline ball. They all do dance routines here, it seems, at the Glasgow during that timeout. Not just the cheerleaders, the fans as well. Ojo firing up from behind the arc, still not one to go.
Yeah,
good offensive rebound though. Ojo again. Yes, at last.
He's gonna make that. He has such a pure stroke. I mean, if he has a set shot and his speed is set, he's gonna make it.
Murray to reply. No, off the back of the ring. Rebound.
Good running. Excellent running by Ojo there. Straight to his spot.
Here he is again. Not this time. No. Cranston pulls it in.
That's a good rebound by Cranston, actually. They missed Middlemere on the break.
Green, a little stutter, drives through, gets it to Murray. Cranston wants it down low, goes cross-court to Davis instead. Here's Murray.
A little bit more patience. Yeah, I like that from the Rocks. Just the ball going side to side, that's a good job. And then, you know, a little bit of penetration and then kick. Now I think they've got to go back and establish Cranston. He hasn't touched the ball in maybe 5 minutes. Why don't you punch that ball inside to him and let the big guy go to work?
Murray needs to get this in. He gets it into Cranston. Green.
He's got to
from
post up
behind
on
the
this
arc.
side.
Wow.
I'm starting to wonder exactly what the medical condition was, because I wish some of my players had that medical condition.
Yeah. Martin to Jones. Jones from behind the arc. Still the struggles go. They missed their first 10, made one, and now a 1 for 12 from behind the arc.
Yeah, to me it looks a little bit more psychological, because the strokes are fine, the positioning's fine. They just got to go to work and get that done.
Davis going strong, almost got that one to go. He'll go to the line for 2 as he was fouled.
Yeah, Peyton Sterling Davis move, coming cross court, normally goes to his right. You can force him back to his left. He's maybe a little bit less effective there, but again, you know, it's a tough guard. Sterling Davis, he's got 3 skills in that big, powerful 4 body, which means that he has the ability to dribble and drive and do all the things that guards do, but he's still powerful enough to dominate inside.
Davis way short on the first. From the angle we were watching, I was a bit unsure if that was going to hit the ring there.
Yeah. Well, and for the second best free throw shooting team in the league, it was a little bit of a surprise.
Second one's clean.
Anthony Martin pushing hard there.
And that's the thing with Martin, his speed is so great that even on makes he can push it down the court. Williams is challenged.
I like the pass, short corner, nice pass by Paul Williams. Jamel Williams got to finish that play. He made the right decision, the right cut.
Wedemeyer driving against Williams, and he's called for the foul. And he doesn't necessarily agree with it, but I think there's some body in this.
Yeah, I think he's slightly slow on the positioning, didn't get his body squared. I think that's a pretty good call by the referee. Good attacking move by Wedemeyer. Would have liked to have seen that come off of maybe 1 or 2 more passes, but you can't argue when you get that result.
Wedemeyer then trying to give the Rocks the lead once more, and he's clean with the first free throw, and it's 26-25, 2 minutes from halftime. I mean, this could almost be a first quarter score.
Yeah, but you know, it's important for all of our fans to watch the show today, that they understand that not every BBL game can be played in the 80s, 90s, or 100s. You know, defense is, you know, a lot of places in the world where, you know, games are played possession for possession with a lot of aggressive defense, and it's just now a tactical game between the coaches, and I really like this. This is an exciting game, 27-25, and now Plymouth are under a little bit of pressure.
The other thing is, if the game got too high-powered, the Rocks, slightly undermanned, might not be able to hang on. At least this way, we got a nice close game.
Well, the thing about it is Michael Green's their only real natural scorer at this moment.
Colbert inside for 2.
He's so talented. I mean, you know, Colbert can do everything. He can shoot the free, he can drive, he can do just about everything on a basketball court. Him and Hardy from Leicester, just 2 incredible multi-dimensional players.
Davis, good pass to Wedemeyer off the glass for 2.
You know, this possession here, great job by the Rocks, great bounce, look-off pass by Coach Sterling Davis, but Plymouth have to compete harder on that possession.
Williams underneath, oh, missed from close range, ball is loose, it's eventually pulled in by Martin. Ojo driving through. Williams to Colbert. And they're finding some gaps in this zone.
Both teams have got a bit soft inside the interior of their zone. They need to compete a little bit more, especially Plymouth with the bigger bodies. They can't allow that last basket to be made.
Michael Green for 3, little short. Davis going after it, fighting with
Yeah,
Colbert.
good call, very, very good call. Sterling Davis competing on the boards and tapped that against Colbert. Ball went out of bounds. Excellent refereeing, excellent refereeing.
It's inbounded to Green. Wedemeyer.
Yeah, here we got to go. Oh,
stolen away by Ojo.
You got to.
Needs a better pass than that.
Yeah, you know, they got really lucky. That was a poor turnover. They got to establish Cranston down here. But secondly, really poor transition, and really Plymouth should have come up with something here. This is just an off-point pass, and you know, Paul Williams is asking, come on now, deliver me the pass better than that.
Michael Green onto Sterling Davis.
Can eke this one out. They don't need to take a quick shot. Someone's got to find the ball, though. Good cut by Coach Sterling Davis there in the middle. Michael Green, another great shot maker. Oh, that's a foul. Yeah, but I think that they had... No, that's over. They're over the limit.
Yeah,
that's a poor decision by Jeremy Bell. Now, the Rocks, they only have 2 fouls, so in this next possession, there's 10.7 seconds. They can take the lead by 1 or 2 points here, and there is no chance that Plymouth should take a shot in this next 10.7 seconds. In my view, you have 2 fouls to give. This is a close game. You're going to play possession for possession basketball. There's no chance they should be able to deny Martin the ball, and you've got 2 fouls to give here in this backcourt.
Green does make it a 2-point lead. They'll roll it along the floor just to save some of the clock. Now it's ticking. Gets it to Bell. Bell drives in. Bell fires up, doesn't convert. Colbert with the offensive rebound. He can't get a shot off. It's out of bounds, and it will be a Rocks ball. They don't use the foul.
No, and they got away with it because Bell really caused a lot of contact there. Could have easily been called a foul.
1.8. Oh, Green's lost it. That'll be an unsportsmanlike. What a dumb foul by Green.
Wow.
He lost possession of the ball and then grabbed Anthony Martin.
What a poor end to a half. First of all, I thought they should have fouled in that little sequence, but then to badly inbound. Let's see this.
Now watch him. He loses it there and then just grabs him, pulls him by the shorts. What are you doing?
Absolutely.
What's the worst case scenario? He runs back a layup.
Exactly. And there was Cranston and Sterling Davis back there, so it would have been a tough one with the amount of time on the clock.
There was 1.8 on the inbound. The referees come over to the table because the horn eventually sounded. So the question was whether there should be any time to put back onto the clock. I think they might put a second back on.
Well, let me now reiterate what I just said before. There should be no chance for Plymouth Raiders to take 1 basketball shot here in this area. They've got 1 foul to give. I know they don't have many players, but they're not in foul trouble. Only 1 player, Sterling Davis, has 2 fouls. Everyone else could afford to give up a foul in this situation.
Well, they are going to give 1 second back onto the clock, and the key factor about that is it allows, because it's an unsportsmanlike, it's 2 in possession, and it gives Plymouth the chance to at least inbound the ball, and that's why Gavin Love has called a timeout to try and draw up the play.
Yeah, I think he's a little bit frustrated with how his players are playing. There's no question it must be tough. I mean, I've been there both as a winning coach and as a losing coach in a final. I remember last year when we lost the Cup final in January, we had to play on Sky Sports on the Friday after that against Chester Jets, and it was brutally hard to get my players playing with any passion and conviction, and I think that's what we're seeing at the moment. We're seeing let's just put it this way, a subdued Plymouth Raiders, because there's no question they are one of the most talented teams, if not the most talented team in this league. And I feel that we can see a much better improved performance in the second half.
Well, yeah, that's the interesting thing. We've talked about the quality of players they've got on their lineup. It's very possible here that Plymouth could finish second in the league. They're not going to catch the Eagles at the top. So they would be runners-up in 3 competitions. Now, on one level, that shows how close you are to competing and how great that is. But on another level, it can really hurt you psychologically to finish second all the time.
And that's an excellent point, Dan. But what I would counter with that point is to say that I've been extremely impressed by the performances they've given since the Cup final defeat, because they could have gone completely south. And though they beaten Newcastle at least a couple of times, took them to an overtime game in another, and then lost a very close game on that Friday. So very, very impressed by them. Crucial 2 points here, though, for Anthony Martin. Now, is the free throw problems going to haunt Plymouth Raiders here?
Yes.
And that would be my only criticism at this present time of this team. They're perfectly balanced, perfectly set up, perfectly recruited by Coach Gavin Love. But this free throw issue is going to cause them nightmares if they do, like you just said, if they don't win any trophies this year.
Second one is good. It's one of those things that, I mean, you look at another team that's up the top end of the table, Leicester, who shoot worse. They're the only team that shoot worse from the free throw line than Plymouth. They were in the 50s at one stage. It was amazing.
And that's a worry when you are a championship level contender.
1 second then for Plymouth. Oh, it's broken up by Green, and that will do it, says the referee. No time left, and they didn't get a shot off because they didn't even get to inbound the ball. broken up by Green. Remember, the clock doesn't stop until the ball hits the ground, so that's how time expired.
I'll buy that. I was a little bit unsure in my own mind there. Hey, we've got a fantastic game here. 31-30 to the hometown Rocks. It's a perfectly balanced game. They're playing this possession for possession. They're grinding out lots of good possessions themselves, both offensively and defensively. The higher-powered, high-octane Plymouth Raiders really need to get energized, and this is a great contrast battle.
Certainly is. We'll have second half action when we return.
My son, I think he sees what you see.
He wants you to stop the pain.
Together, they help people that didn't even know they were there.
Touch, tonight at 8 on Sky 1 HD.
Yeah, that was good. Good effort. Well done. Let's go again. Ready?
We all lose more than water when we sweat. Powerade Iron 4 hydrates better than water by replenishing fuel and minerals. And now, get the Powerade Olympic Games sports bottle free with Powerade promotional packs. Powerade, hydrating the 2012 Olympic athletes.
The TA needs to recruit thousands of soldiers, so we're going to take this poster and stick it on this.
Get trained and get paid in your spare time. Search Army Jobs, Territorial Army. See the full mission online.
Set, dos, один, go! 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 Time!
Need a new look? Introducing the new Link styling range. Get the look that gets the girls. New Link styling, also available in shampoo.
G'day.
Dan, I'm at this fancy English barbecue. They're serving gold.
Oh, the Australian for chic.
But all the sangers have just got greenery in them.
No sausage.
Nah, just cucumber.
That is a crime against sliced bread.
Should I refuse to eat it on the grounds that I'm Australian? And a man?
No, mate. Obviously times are tough and they can't afford the beef. So eat the rabbit food and smile while you're doing it.
Righto. I'll give it a nudge.
Hooroo!
Hello, Bradley. You enjoying my little party? Too right. And your secret's safe with me. Spend all the sandwich money on gold, eh? You little ripper.
Foster's Gold, 4.8% premium lager.
Hydration where you least expect it. From your razor. Wilkinson Sword Hydro. Water-activated gel hydrates your skin as you shave, and Skin Guards help reduce irritation. Our best shave for your skin. Hydro from Wilkinson Sword. Free your skin.
This is the new home of F1 in HD.
Welcome back to Glasgow, where the Rocks lead the Plymouth Raiders by a point here at Kelvin Hall. A very tight, very good battle between these two sides, Tony.
Yeah, very good contrast between a team that wants to play with a low points total and grind out the game versus a team that wants to play with a high scoring outcome and high octane type of offense. Going to be interesting to see if the Plymouth Raiders can up their intensity and their emotion, get a little bit of subduedness out of their bodies.
Here's Williams in the low post. The interesting thing with that, as Plymouth look for the first score, is it only takes a couple of minutes for Plymouth to put a big run on you. You can play great defense for 38 minutes, but they can put 10, 12 points up in a hurry.
Yeah, I think the interesting stat from the first half is that Plymouth are dominating inside, as Anthony Rose just proved there. Another big rebound, another offensive 2 points. But the Glasgow Rocks have neutralized that with 8 free throws. And are really doing a good job of getting to the line and stopping this tempo of the game.
That's Plymouth Raider basketball.
Yeah, it is Plymouth Raider basketball, but that's a poor job on transition defense by the Rocks. Sterling Davis will be pretty upset about that.
Wedemar into Green, who had a little space for a second, and then it was quickly filled by Paul Williams. Murray driving, dumps off to Cranston, got to catch that and go up strong. In the end, he gets blocked. No reset of the shot clock. Wedemar has to fire it up. It comes off the ring.
That's another poor, not a poor execution. You know, Cranston's got to catch the ball there.
Knocked away by Green. He was trying to claim it came off Bell, but it wasn't.
Good dribble drive by Jeremy there. Ooh.
It was tight.
It was tight. DeAndre Cranston down there has to finish that play down at the far end.
Williams skip round to Jones, out to Colbert, moving the ball on, doesn't go. Great box out from Davis.
You can put that one in the coaching manual. It's Coach Sterling Davis there on the box out. Tremendous job. Cranston needs to be at the ring. He doesn't need to be on the three-point line, that's for sure.
Davis got double teamed, the ball knocked away, Bell out and running.
Yeah.
Green will leave him go.
You know, it's over if Jeremy Bell gets the ball in those type of places, unless someone like, you know, Aaron Hardy's going to be there for the Leicester Riders to clean that one off the board. Worrying moments here for Glasgow. Don't like the way they've come out.
Oh, Cranston misses the chippy inside.
Do you know, it's not so much missing the chippy, but look where he is. He's back there all disappointed about himself.
There he is, finally catching up with the play. Took him 9 seconds to make his way back down court. Jones open from the top of the arc, knocks it down.
And, you know, the warning signs were there right at the start of this half. Really lackadaisical play by the Rocks. 2 or 3 times Cranston had chances to finish, and now the Plymouth Raiders have got themselves into a flow. And we're going to see if they actually can push forward and really break this game out.
Well, important couple of minutes here, you feel, for the Rocks. The momentum very much against them. They need to get some points on the board.
Dan, I think the biggest point about that, and I'm sure Coach Sterling Davis was really upset in that timeout, is just effort. It's just looking like their facial expressions. They were the ones that were 1 point up.
Well, noticeably Cranston, who took 9 seconds to recover on defense after missing a layup, has been pulled out of the game.
Absolutely. They just got to play hard, and that's the first and foremost.
Davis inside, out to Hoffa.
Good ball movement.
Murray open for 3. Oh, they needed that.
That was great ball movement, though. Excellent way to come out at the timeout, but just didn't get the shot.
Bell. Lobbed into Williams, great pass.
Too easy again. So now they're picking their poison. James Jones, now they're having to guard on the perimeter, so all the defense loaded up on James Jones, left Williams at behind the level of the last man of the zone.
Murray cutting through, loses it. Hoffa might get there first, he does. No reset of the shot clock, though. They haven't got long here. Davis onto Murray in the corner, sets his feet. Hoffa again on the offensive glass. Oh,
why did, yeah, exactly, Dan. Excellent terminology there. Why didn't he just...
Traveling violation called him into Colbert.
The problems are down at this end here for the Rocks. I mean, like you said, take a great offensive rebound, kick that ball back out to Gareth Murray. He's not going to miss 2 of 2 there. You know, they've just got to use their minds. They looked really flat. I'm really surprised. They were really in this game. They're going to let this game get out of hand if they don't start playing.
Well, Plymouth has scored the first 11 points of the second half. Green in the lane, finally gets him on the
He's
ball.
not going to miss that shot. That's a great job. So a little bit more urgency, a little bit more movement of players. They look a little bit more intense on that last possession. Crowd's got to get into this game. Oh, high-low again.
And
that's
Williams
over there.
Throws it down.
That's, you know, great job of hitting the high post, high to low. Paul Williams with the stuff.
Well, the fans trying their best to try and spark their team into life. Murray's 3 doesn't go.
Yeah, you know, it's not that it's a bad shot, but he sure as hell has got to make a couple of passes before he gets that.
Bell from behind the arc.
Good rebound.
One-handed by Wedemeyer.
Yeah, well, he's just got to play. You got to get out here and play at this moment.
Green. Huffer in the corner. Well, they've had a few bobble out like that. Green almost comes up with the steal.
You know, but I like the shot. It's a good job. You know, good ball movement. Finds Danny Huffer in his favorite spot in the corner. He can make that shot. Just a little coaching point aside here. You talked about your 1-3-1. It's coming in the next couple of seconds if there's another score here, because they're going to really be out of sight without changing their defenses very soon.
Colbert, Bell. Oh, he got past the first man. There was no help. Davis rips it away from Williams. It's out of bounds. It'll be a Rocks ball. Williams wants a foul and was very vocal in his talking to the official. Close to a technical here.
Bad miss by Jeremy Bell. Good gather. Good rip by Sterling Davis here. I don't see anything there. Paul Williams, great low post play. I didn't see anything. Great job. Great hands by Paul Williams. Bad turnover again by Danny Huffer. Danny Huffer looks a little bit out of sync here. Could be a substitution here. You know, Scottish Rocks players looking a little bit disorganized, you know, a little bit upset with each other. They just got to up their energy and their emotion. They were in this game. They don't need to be playing flat.
I'm not sure it was a travel, but it looked like it might be illegal. I think that's what talked the referee into it. And Jones, boom, boom, another 3.
I mean, you know, I don't want to say what I say, but he's a streak shooter. He can make this in bunches. Now he's got his stroke going, and that's a bad sign for the Glasgow Rocks, because they got great inside play to balance that outside shooting.
Wedemeyer misses. Here comes Williams throwing it out. Bell will have to chase hard to get there. He does. Then he sees a gap along the baseline. Here's Wedemeyer out on the break, and that'll be a foul and the basket for Wedemeyer. Jones chasing back hard.
Evolution of a team, evolution of a player. Jeremy Bell here, to me, he's driving in. He's one of the best shot-blocking creators, shot-making creators in this league. But James Jones is spotting up on the opposite wing, and he's just made 2 in a row. You've got to be penetrating to kick that ball out there for James Jones to take that shot, not driving in yourself. And that's led to a poor, misbalanced transition, which led Wedemeyer going to get a 3-point play, or 2 points, unfortunately.
Well, Jones did chase back hard, and he did make a legitimate play at the ball, because you can get caught into an unsportsmanlike there. Yeah. So in one respect, you got to appreciate the hustle and the smarts not to get an unsportsmanlike.
Oh, Jeremy Bell, another mistake.
Huffer gets himself in trouble. Green trying to quickly get it to Davis.
James Jones again. These things don't get started, but
just the referee's given that ball to the Raiders. They're just going to have a quick chat, and they're still going to give it to the Raiders. Well, it looked like it was a Rocks ball on first viewing.
This possession's all down to James Jones, though. He broke that play up, okay? Just read the pass as it was being made and made the deflection. I actually thought he may have deflected it off of one of the Rocks players. The referee seemed to think so for sure.
Here's Colbert now for the Raiders. Winning this quarter by 16 points to 4 so far.
There's a lot of points already been scored. Again, back
Jones
spacing
steps under. Doesn't quite hit. Foul is called on Sterling Davis.
Jeremy Bell and James Jones getting each other's way. Poor space in there, but, you know, now there's an inside-outside actor to this.
Here's a look on the replay going after it. Probably came over the shoulder of Rowe. He felt he was entitled to go after that. It's foul number 3 on Davis, so he sits down for a moment.
These are nervous moments for the Rocks. They got to get a grip of this game and get these possessions back down to their tempo.
Jones inside the arc this time, doesn't go, and there's a push in the back by Paul Williams on DeAndre Cranston. There's a word for the official as he walks by. He needs to be careful.
Yeah, I mean, the problem with this play is that, look at the size of those two guys. They're big guys. And to be honest with you, you know, if Cranston didn't go 4 foot on the push, I don't know if there's a foul there. But, hey, it's been called. Let's just play on.
Wedemeyer to Murray at the elbow. Murray firing over Colbert off the mark. I think that touched Wedemeyer last. It'll be a Raiders ball.
You know, I love Gareth Murray. First of all, I think he should be out on the perimeter, and someone like Wedemeyer should be on the elbow and the high post. But secondly, you make one pass and then it doesn't leave his hands. The rest of the team are not touching the ball. There's not enough passes from the Rocks at the moment.
Jones goes back round to Bell on the far side. Colbert on top. Bell steps underneath.
Great play.
Passing, but Colbert can't finish it off.
Yeah, Colbert, he's normally actually extremely efficient there. He looks a little bit tired at the moment to me, but...
Green driving through, gets it out to Wedemeyer.
Rocks are really misbalanced at this moment.
Huffer in the corner for three.
Great job. Why don't you go and be where you should be and make those plays unlike before? That's a great job. Now they get themselves back in. Need maybe one stop, one score to get themselves back into this game.
Ooh, Huffer almost came up with a steal there. Bell made him pay on the gamble. There is the stop. That will be a Rocks ball. And if they get a basket here, they're suddenly only down 6.
Exactly. And they probably are hopefully then back into the flow of the game. They just look like they came out of the locker room with no intent and no intensity. And it definitely showed on the scoreboard. And the Plymouth Raiders did exactly the opposite. Came out with a lot of intent.
Green driving past Jones. Good help from Colbert to knock it loose. Colbert diving on the floor. That'll be a wrap-up, and the possession arrow, I can't see from here, is pointing the way of the Rocks, and it'll be their possession.
It's, you know, again, good hustle from James Jones. Good hands, good active hands. This zone's big, and, you know, with the exception of Jeremy Bell, and he's a pretty quick player, long arms. It's a tough one.
Shot clock down to 6 as Green fires up from behind.
Don't like that.
Great rebound by Wedemeyer, and he lays it in. You like that?
Yeah, great. Good intent, good energy. I like Wedemeyer. Send him inside. Play to your strengths.
Well, it was all Plymouth a few moments ago, and Rowe did well to hang on to that one and convert eventually, but the Rocks have gained some of the momentum back.
Yeah, they slight momentum change. Scoreboard still giving a +8 to the Plymouth Raiders. The score's up now.
Oh, poor pass by Green. Bell picked it off. Oh, blocked from behind by Huffer.
Wow.
And, well, Coach Davis is saying that was all ball, but the referee had other ideas.
We got to have a little look at this one here. Poor pass. Great anticipation, though, by Jeremy Bell. And I think Danny Huffer, you got to give him A for effort.
Yeah. Looked like he got a fair chunk of the ball.
I think a lot of ball. And you know, as coaches and as players, you really know when the reaction of the player, if Jeremy Bell had been hit across the arm and the ball had been given out of bounds, I think he would have turned around and remonstrated, whereas he just looked like he was going to take that ball out of bounds as a knocked ball.
Well, Bell makes the first foul shot and the second, and the lead is back up to 10.
Yeah, you know, just at this moment, I'm not particularly happy that Wedemeyer in the high post. That's a little bit better, but they've got to start making some shots, and they've got to get some consistent scoring, or some consistent stops.
Huffer with a long 2.
Their zone's been bent out of shape a lot, okay, by the Plymouth Raiders. They get him torn around at this moment, and they've got to do a much better job with this zone.
Chasing out to Jones, who can't convert. Rowe with the inside position, misses the stick back. He'll have another go. 3rd and 10 points once again for the Raiders.
Yeah, you can't ever question Anthony Rowe's commitment. Plymouth through and through, you know, born in the city, it definitely embedded, shows all of the characteristics of this club.
Murray driving in, good dish to Cranston for 2.
Gareth Murray can make that play consistently, and that's what I'm sure Coach Sterling Davis is looking for, some consistency. Why were all those turnovers happening at the start of the half?
Rowe at the foul line, tough shot. Colbert going after it. Rowe comes down with it. He's going after it again.
Wow, what
Tipped
effort.
it again.
What effort.
Still Colbert in there, and eventually a foul is called, but they had 3 or 4 chances there.
Yeah, but this is just great effort. This is what I call championship effort. You know, the extra effort. You know, missed shot, get the offensive rebound. Missed shot, get the offensive rebound. Colbert, Rowe, Williams, they're all in there. That was a tremendous sequence for the Plymouth Raiders.
And it results in a couple of freebies from Liam and Colbert. Ojo is checked into the game. 11 seconds to go. That one has a think. Checks out all the iron and eventually drops in. Second one does likewise, but this one bobbles out.
Bobbles out, exactly.
Gotta go quick here.
I don't know if Gareth Murray knows what the shot clock is.
Green does. Green bails out of the shot, finds Huffer open for 3, big shot! Oh! Rattled all the way round, and what a difference that would have made. That goes in, it's a 6-point game as it is at the end of the third. Here it's 9, Tony Gobaleta.
Yeah, you know, it's a really poor quarter by the Rocks. They've only just about got the scoreboard ticking over. You know, defensively they haven't been poor, but energy and intent at the start of the quarter was really what's put them in problems, and they really need to address that in this break now.
They certainly do. Can they make a charge here in the fourth? We'll find out after this break.
This is just beyond belief, the golf we have seen.
The atmosphere is just incredible.
It's a different feeling out here. I know more than anyone what can happen.
The Masters. Coverage sponsored by Rolex. Coming soon, Sky Sports 1.
Come on, come on, come on. Get it. Come on, come on, come on. Love's the greatest thing. Come on, come on, come on. Get through it. Come on, come on, come on. Waiting for
Starlings starts April. Brand new and exclusive to Sky One HD.
Anywhere in the world.
Move to the beat of London 2012 with Coca-Cola.
Stella Artois Fort, s'il vous plaît.
Stella Artois Fort, triple filtré with a smooth outcome.
Is your car air freshener so strong it knocks you out? New Febreze Car gives you intensity control and fresh fragrances with a sparkling sensation. Be seduced by new Febreze Car and breathe happy. New Febreze Car.
Finding a good instant access ISA rate that lasts can leave you feeling a little flat. Like this lady's bouncy castle. But if you're a Barclays customer, the Loyalty Reward ISA means you could enjoy an attractive rate for longer. Look, they're up. She likes that. And she's off having a bounce. Good old bounce. She's been bouncing on this thing for years, hasn't she? I feel like I've seen this before. Take one small step to an attractive ISA rate and get in touch with Barclays.
Golf. It takes a lot to play the game. On average, you cover 7,200 yards. Take 8,040 steps. Burn 1,400 calories. Take 84 swings over 18 holes. So save your power for when you really need it. The Powerbug Sport Digital Trolley. Quiet, lightweight, and now only £219, saving £60. Also the Compact Masters iCart 1 Push Trolley. Now only £99, saving £60. Love golf, love American golf.
P&G, proud sponsor of Mums.
This is the new home of F1 in HD.
Welcome back to Glasgow. Plymouth Raiders making their way out onto court. They comfortably lead this one by 9 at this moment, having won that last quarter by 23 points to 13.
Yeah, and 23 points is not, I would have said maybe 2 or 3 more points than they would have liked, the Glasgow would have liked, but for sure at the moment, if they had come out with just a little bit more intensity and intent in that quarter, that start of the half, then I think that they wouldn't be in this position. Cranston has to establish himself as a player that's got the people are scared of, and he has all of the skills, his physicality, his arms, his length, he can do everything. He's just got to go out there and do it. Nice switch up on the man-to-man.
Yeah, they've come out in a man-to-man defense. Martins Malniak's into the game for the first time, as well as Rowe settles for the jump shot and Green pulls in the rebound.
Yeah, good change up by coach Sterling Davis there.
Here's Malniak with his first touch. Green from behind the arc for 3. That one's almost in.
Yeah.
Murray tips it down, and you think they had a 3 at the end of the third and a 3 at the start of the fourth.
I agree with you on that. That's a good, great point, Dan.
Be a 3-point game if both of those ones went in. All ifs, buts, and maybes, though.
I mean, Michael Green has to be slightly tired as well. I mean, how much conditioning could he have been doing?
Not much, you would have thought, as Colbert goes to the hole. Will that count? Yes, it will, says the official. Colbert just showing brute strength to throw that one up.
We love Danny Huffer, but that's a man against boy there. You know, that's just a total M&M mismatch there. Look, that's just a power play on the dribble drive. No square up. You got to square him up there, and it's over if you give him that gap.
And Colbert will go to the line for a bonus here, trying to convert this 3-point play.
I think Danny Huffer's asking the referee, could it just not have been a play on, which, you know, there was some contact there, but it could well have been a play on situation.
Green. Malniak fires up for 3. Oh, thing might still go. No, it doesn't. Rebound Huffer. Well, that touched just about every bit of the basket there, even a bit of the top of the board. Malniak gets it to Cranston. Ball moves around to Murray driving to the hole.
Yeah, they've had a few empty possessions.
And Plymouth love to do that to you.
And you know, the problem I always had with this the start of that second half was the Rocks only have one great scorer, and he had the ball in his hands just there. And his knee's hurting as well. Yeah.
Green is pointed to the bench. He's hobbling. I think it might be the other knee, though.
Yeah, sometimes you're compensating on that. There's going to need to be a timeout if that goes in. That's a push-off. That is a push-off.
Rowe gets away with it, though, and doesn't convert.
This game could get out of hand if the Rocks don't start getting a few things going offensively. They just don't have the firepower. That's why the first half was so impressive.
Well, Green is moving a little more comfortably now as Huffer gets the rebound from Cranston's miss.
Gareth Murray's got to go to work, really has to.
Huffer's in the corner, open.
Wide open.
Doesn't go in.
I think that shot. Yeah. I think the shot missed because of the net. I hate that. You know, I absolutely hate that. That's one of those, tough breaks, and they're not getting any of the breaks at this moment. Like you said, those 2 threes. Oh, come on, Cranston, you got to be in there. You got to dig that possession out. More activity.
Bell tosses one up. Huffer with the rebound. Well, the game hasn't stopped for about a minute. It was about a minute ago that Green waved to the bench. He looks okay now. Gareth Murray's just pulled the net down, having seen that on the last one as he ran baseline. Can't convert it, though.
Got to finish, got to finish.
Green is walking off, and it'll be, well, he's walked to the bench and then stopped on court, and now he's coming off because there is a timeout call. But I think Bunyan's going to come in for the first time for Green.
I mean, this was a tremendous job at halftime of Coach Sterling Davis, his team, you know, playing this possession-for-possession basketball. And then in that third quarter, it lost all momentum, and now everything is with the Plymouth Raiders. And the problem is, you can't play the Plymouth Raiders from behind. They have too many scorers, too many shot-making players, and they have a great balance between inside-out. This is the issue. So now Coach Sterling Davis has to do something with his defense which can get some extra possessions so that they can try to get some easy baskets.
Well, as you say, you don't want to get behind the Raiders, and they are 14 points behind with only 7:16 left to go. And you look at the quarter-by-quarter scoring, they've only got to 44 here, the Rocks. It's hard to see them getting 14 more on top of whatever Plymouth get in the remaining 7 minutes.
Absolutely. You know, because Plymouth just have a scorer in every position that's on the floor at this present time, and really good scorers, guys that can score 20 points on any given night in any team in this league. The one point I think we do need to make the viewers and the fans know, though, is the Rocks are playing without one of their best scorers, and that is the problem. When you're passing to someone that maybe is not as good a scorer, if it was E.J. Harrison receiving the ball, there could be another 20 points onto that margin there, and you know, that would give them a great chance to win this game.
Well, that was the problem. I think that last week they only managed 56, I think it was, against Leicester here. And they were without both E.J. Harrison and Michael Green, and that's a lot of offense out of any team.
Absolutely. 12 points. We're going to see some extension. John Bunyan now is on. I'm not sure about this matchup, John Bunyan, but is this the 1-3-1? No.
It looked like it, but it just happened to be what spacing. It is a man-to-man. Colbert trying to back down Murray. Murray standing strong, but Colbert got too close. It missed it. And you've got to say, Plymouth have missed some easy ones today,
they have missed some easy ones.
But they've got a lot of offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
Colbert out to Rowe at the foul line. That's where he loves to shoot the ball from. That one rattles out.
Definitely loves to shoot the ball there, and normally knocks that down. Very high percentages on that.
Stolen away by Ojo, and a blocking foul by Bunyan. He did well there, actually, because his arms went up, so he was committing the foul to stop the break, but not so it looked like an unsportsmanlike.
No, excellent play by the young man. The problem was he had turned the ball over. And, you know, trying to make up for his own mistake is not actually going to help this team. He needs to deliver an on-point pass and to get the ball to one of their offensive-minded players without the ball being turned over. Not sure I like the matchup either. I mean, Jeremy Bell is just a big-time shot creator, and it's a lot of inexperience there. They run this play, they run it out of the horn set. I'll explain what they do in a minute on that. Let's see the rest of the play.
Martin driving in, gets it to Bell. Bell with a tough shot.
It's tough to always describe that shot, but like you said, he gets incredible separation when he makes the initial contact on the player, and his ability to hang in the air and make that shot, just incredible. Consistency of the shot as well.
It's almost like the more difficult it is, the more likely he is to make it.
Yeah.
Ball batted about. Eventually the Raiders come down with it. They have numbers lobbed up to Colbert, just a little too high for him to flush it down, but another offensive rebound.
Yeah, this game's getting a little bit out of hand. I can't put my mind on why as well, because Glasgow were playing really, really well for.
Martin goes past Bunyan, dumps off to Rowe.
Pass.
Offensive foul is called. It's Wedemeyer taking the charge. It was on the pass.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good slide by Wedemeyer there. You know, let's look at it here. Excellent penetration by Martin. Yeah, good step, good step. I like that. That's a great play, good call by the referees. So what you'll see in a minute, if the same matchup stay the same, Plymouth run a little set with the two bigs at the top, and basically the play will end with Jeremy Bell getting the ball on the block, which is unusual to post up a small little guard like that, but he's one of the best post-up players for his size that we've ever seen in this league, because he makes all those creative type shots.
End line ball to the Rocks. They trail by 14 with 5:22 to go here.
I think, Dan, you called it. I think they've got to come with the 1-3-1, because I just think they've got to change the look of this game. They've got to make Plymouth do something they're not ready to do. And at the moment, it's a bit too easy for Plymouth. They're just getting whatever they want.
Davis sizing up Rowe. Now going to work against him. Little stop and go. Gets his own rebound. Thinks about going up again, gets the man up in the air and draws the foul.
Yeah, great work by Sterling Davis. I wanted him to be in about 3 minutes earlier, by the way. I just meant to say that. But excellent effort on the boards. But again, Plymouth, big, strong. They can afford to give up that foul. So now they're going to force the Rocks to earn 2 from the line, because even if Rowe goes in foul trouble, Williams is now coming in. Or Jamel Williams may even come in. We haven't even talked much about him today.
Davis makes the first free throw.
Saying that though, if he makes this as a 12-point game, they just got to they've got to generate something out of their defense. They're not stopping Plymouth at this moment.
Well, I think any coach in the BBL would be quite satisfied. 5 minutes ago, you're playing the Raiders, you've kept them to 60. You'd be pleased with your life.
You would be pleased with that. But at the moment, it's just something that's telling me at this moment there's not.
They haven't got enough offense to go past them is the problem.
That's a little shooter play that Plymouth run as well. Ojo really had a little bit more time on that curl off that screen.
3 of 21 now from behind the arc for Plymouth Raiders. Wedemeyer trying to go to work. Good hands from Ojo to knock it loose. It'll be an end-line ball to the Rocks.
Both teams have changed their defenses, which is quite unusual. I felt that Plymouth were in complete control with their zone, so I really don't understand why they've changed their defense, but for sure Rocks look a little bit more lively in their man-to-man. Shot clock is going down.
Huffer hears it from the crowd counting it down, finds a little bit of space, doesn't make the shot. Hojo going up high for the rebound.
That was a spectacular, well, I like to think they're traffic rebounds.
Blocked by Martin, but he was blocked by Huffer, sorry, on Martin, but he gave him a little bump as he drove past him.
Excellent move by Anthony Martin, but you know, when you're challenging these type of teams, I tell this to my young players all the time, this is detail. You've got to stay off, you've got to give the cushion, you know he's driving first, you've got to force him to take the three-point shot there and really close up his driving lanes. He's going to beat everyone in the league if you allow him half a step.
Spin cycle for the first free throw, but the basket said no.
Yeah, you know, they're still in there. There's 4 minutes to go. They've got one more timeout. They've got one foul to give. It's just got to generate some offense here.
Davis knocked loose by Rowe, and that will be an sideline ball.
That would be, I understand why Sterling's frustrated there. He feels he got bumped in the back, and even though the ball went out of bounds to his team, these are the ones that in this fourth quarter could be critical, because a good free throw shooting team wants to get to the line and stop the clock.
Especially when they're struggling offensively. Davis from behind the arc for 3 off the back of the ring. Green keeps it alive.
Great play!
Wow, what
great play from a guy that's meant to be in his hospital bed. That's unbelievable.
Well, we've talked a little bit about the three-point shooting of the Raiders and how poor it's been. The Rocks have been just as bad here today. That's 4 of 26 now for them. So between the two teams, 7 three-point makes off 48 attempts.
Yeah. And when we were doing our pre-game stuff, we talked that this is my favorite neutral basketball court. I feel it's the best place to come to shoot the basketball, and these guys aren't doing it justice, to be honest with you. This is a close game here, and I like the foul, by the way, on Anthony Rowe.
Defensive cry from the home fans. Martin has it for the Raiders. Ojo round the screen. Gets it to Colbert. Shot clock at 5.
Good job on the scouting report. Good closeout.
And it's going to be a violation. Shot
Excellent
clock violation.
defense by Gareth Murray. Excellent defense. Used his body, beat Colbert to the spot. Active hands. Where was this energy 10 minutes ago? That's all we asked for. They could put themselves into a great position here.
Well, 3:20 to go. A basket here makes it a single-figure game. Not out of the reach of the Rocks yet. Green driving through, throws it up.
He's hurt.
Yep.
He's really hurt. Do you know, I'm actually not 1,000% sure it's actually on his knee per se. It could even be some sort of cramp. But it looks, probably does look on that left-hand knee. Because I thought he was stretching to get the calves. He can't be in any type of shape.
Oh, no. It's amazing, actually, the game he's had here today. I turned up expecting to see him on crutches.
Well, and the coach of the team, his own coach, didn't know he was going to play. So that, I think, tells everything.
He doesn't normally miss free throws.
Wow, I think in a normal situation, he would have been able to track that loose ball down as well.
Well, 10 points between the teams, 3 minutes to play here. Kelvin Hall in Glasgow. Ojo. Good hands from Davis to knock it loose. Shot clock getting low again. Williams has to fire it up. Oh, nobody boxed him out. He got his own rebound, and the Raiders can run some clock in.
They're destroying them on the boards, the big bodies. I mean, when you can put Jamel Williams in the free spot, wow, that's such a big lineup.
Ojo fires up for 3. Another one pulled in by the Raiders and knocked down by Jamal Williams.
I mean, this is just a beasting on the boards by this huge front line of the Plymouth Raiders.
Well, I think that now makes it 26 all rebounds at that end. So half of the missed shots by the Raiders, they've ended up with the ball again. Davis, has he lost a contact lens? I think he has. He's looking on the floor, so I think he must have lost a contact lens, and they're all looking for it. Martin thought he spotted it. And Martin, Rowe was helping him out. Martin pulled him out. There's been a timeout called, and Davis is just checking it's not in the side of his eye. It might well be, actually. Well, he seems to be squinting and walking off now. And this is the worst thing about being a player coach. You've just lost your contact lens. You've lost 30 seconds of the timeout. You've got to come in, sit down, and tell the guys what to do. Well, there's a pause in the action here, so we'll take a break too. We'll be right back after this.
Yeah, that was good. Good effort. Well done. Let's go again. Ready?
We all lose more than water when we sweat. Powerade Iron 4 hydrates better than water by replenishing fuel and minerals. And now, get the Powerade Olympic Games sports bottle free with Powerade promotional packs. Powerade, hydrating the 2012 Olympic athletes.
Now, not only DVDs direct to your door, but also thousands of movies and TV shows streamed instantly to your games consoles, laptop and iPad. Love Film Instant. From just $4.99 a month, the Love Film you know just got even better.
So that's Dad's work shirts, Sarah's new PJs, my skinny jeans, oh, Tom's lucky top, more work shirts, oh, Billy's little blankie, more pants, more socks, I think that's a pair of tights, and about 15 baby grows, all washed in just 39 minutes. It's enough to make your head spin, eh, Billy? Discover more smart solutions from Beko.
Set, dos, один, go! Set, dos, один, go! Set, dos, один, go! Один, один, time!
G'day.
Dan, I'm at this fancy English barbecue. They're serving gold.
Oh, the Australian for chic.
But all the sangers have just got greenery in them.
No sausage.
Nah, just cucumber.
That is a crime against sliced bread.
Should I refuse to eat it on the grounds that I'm Australian? And a man?
No, mate. Obviously times are tough and they can't afford the beef. So eat the rabbit food and smile while you're doing it.
Righto. I'll give it a nudge.
Hooroo!
Hello, Bradley. You enjoying my little party? Too right. And your secret's safe with me. Spend all the sandwich money on gold, eh? You little ripper.
Foster's Gold, 4.8% premium lager.
Playhouse presents 11 original plays starring world-class talent. Starting with David Tennant in the minor character, April on Sky Arts 1 HD.
This is the new home of F1 in HD.
Yeah, just looking down at the stat sheet here, Plymouth with 25 it is offensive rebounds, and the Rocks with 26 defensive rebounds. So pretty much every other shot, the Raiders are getting the offensive rebound.
I mean, I don't think it's any surprise. To me, the two standout teams so far this year, and obviously Worcester and Leicester will probably have something to say about that, but so far it's Plymouth Raiders and Newcastle Eagles, and it's not surprising that both groups can boast such strong front lines, 5-4-3. It's men against boys at times, especially in this league where lots of teams like to play a free guard front. It means that guard's guarding a Lamont Colbert or a Jamel Williams, or in Newcastle's case, a Charles Smith.
Rowe inside is blocked by Murray. They've got almost 20 rebounds more in this game, the Plymouth Raiders.
That's a really bad foul by Anthony Martin. You're in zone. Why are you gambling? Why are you fouling? It's going to be 2 shots, and now the clock has stopped. And now the Rocks, I would assume, although it's tough with Anthony Martin on the court, would do something to try to go and press and try to get the ball out of their hands. There's not many possessions left in this game, and they need to do something to generate some extra baskets.
And maybe go into foul mode. We've talked about the poor free throw shooting. Williams isn't a great free throw shooter. Martin isn't a great free throw shooter.
It's in my Plymouth Raiders strategy to foul Anthony Rowe. And if you noticed, Lamont Colbert is off the game, but Williams is in there. I like fouling Williams. Here's the 1-3-1. I think it's a minute too late myself.
Ojo in the corner, and that's going to be the difficult pickup in the corner, is Ojo. Williams got to run all the way out to him. Doesn't go.
That's over the back. And had to be called there.
Huffer must score here, the Rocks, and they will get a chance from the foul line.
Yeah, like I was saying, in my strategy, if I go into a situation where we were down by this amount of points, we actually would put one of our substitutes, our lower bench guys, onto the court and actually purposely foul Paul Williams. And we had a very kind of comical situation down at the pavilions at Christmas time where we did exactly that, and he started laughing that we were doing it so many times as well.
Well, you look down the numbers, you've got Colbert shoots below 50%, Martin shoots below 60%, Williams shoots below 50%. So there are guys out there that you can foul.
They have to go up the court, even with Anthony Martin. They've got to extend this game. You've got to foul quickly. You can afford to do that. Like you said, you've got to know your personnel out there. Only Jamel is one of the better shooters than Ojo. You can afford to give this up.
Well, they're not even in foul mode here. They're trying to trust their defense.
Gareth Murray did, but why not foul him right up the top of the court?
Rowe inside. The perfect offense from the Raiders. Took 20 seconds off the clock and then scored. And really, that's probably done it with a minute to go. And that certainly will have as the Raiders come up with the loose ball.
Yeah, it's... I think when Coach Sterling Davis looks at the tape afterwards, he's going to ask this question, how they let themselves get into this position after being in such a great position at half-time. I felt the momentum was fully in their circle, and now Plymouth just really came out and bullied them in the second half.
Well, I go back to the point. I think with a minute to go, you offered any BBL coach against the Raiders, you've got them to 66 points, you'd bite your hand off.
Absolutely, that's a great point. But there are some teams that have just a little bit more scoring than the Rocks. Most teams are built with scoring. This team is not, well, without EJ, certainly a scoring team.
And that's certainly been the problem today as Green goes to the hole and lays it in. They've only got 56 on the board. Michael Green, who we weren't expecting to play, leads his team. There's a foul there as Rowe went to the hole. Foul on Cranston.
The only thing I will say is that the terminology I use is time and score. Let's just watch this here. It's definitely a foul by Cranston. He's going to foul him. I call this a time and score situation. And as a player, this is not just about a coach making that emphasis to his players. It's players using their brain power to be able to do that. The ball was inbounded. Anthony Martin's just missed a free throw. Foul him straight away. He comes to the line. Now you can extend the game. He's allowed them to dribble the ball all the way down here, and now Anthony Rowe is here at the line.
And again, Rowe only a 60-odd% free throw shooter, so there were plenty of guys you could have fouled. They didn't go into foul mode properly, I think.
Absolutely.
Misses them both.
Anthony Rowe was below 50% with that Christmas time. You know, he's just got himself a little bit more respectable, but there are some real gaps here in that free throw shooting department.
But time will run out here on the Glasgow Rocks as Green drives to the hole and Wedemar gets the rebound, sticks it back. But
good effort by Wedemar, but
Martin, will he lay it in? Yeah, he will. I might have ran the time down, but 20 seconds to go, and that'll do it.
Yeah, you know, there's no reason to foul. Just maybe some shots thrown up here. No foul now. No foul. There's no reason to foul there. What I will say is this, though.
Eventually gets tipped in by Cranston.
I think there shouldn't be any foul. No reason to foul there. And
well, no reason to blow it. He's gone past him, let time expire.
I was just, you put the words, took the words out of my mouth. I will take one of your points, and I think it's probably the point that of the day. You are absolutely right. Any coach in this, and Coach Sterling Davis should be really proud. 69, maybe 70 now. That's a tremendous effort against possibly the best offensive team in the nation. Now, you know, it was just their points production.
Yep, 71 against usually wins you a game, but not today. They haven't had enough. Green throws it up on the buzzer, it doesn't go. And, well, for a half, it was very tight. The second half, the Raiders came out stronger and just had a bit more offensive firepower.
Yeah, I think so, Dan. And, you know, they are an extremely talented group, and they've got size, they've got strength, they've got players that are willing to make the extra effort on their play. But I tell you, when you do the interviews at the end of the game with Coach Sterling Davis, he's going to be so disappointed with the effort of his players at the start of that third quarter. That was the critical 5.5 minutes of this game, and it basically tells the story. It ends up being an 11-point game, but that was the 11 points that they scored in those first 3 or 4 minutes in the second half.
Certainly was. It's finished here at Kelvin Hall. The Glasgow Rocks 60 and the Plymouth Raiders 71. Well, Sterling, 71 points against. You really held the Raiders down there, but just didn't quite have enough offensive firepower.
No, we shot the ball terrible today. I mean, I thought we had a lot of good open looks, especially in the first half, and at points in the second too. But, you know, the shots just didn't fall for us for one reason or another. You have games like that. But I think the thing that let us down the most was our rebound, and it was atrocious tonight. You know, they got 25 offensive rebounds, and you know, anytime you do that against a team like Plymouth, give these guys second and third chances, you don't have a good chance.
Yeah, I mean, that was a really key statistic. Almost half of their missed shots ended up in their hands.
Yeah, definitely so, you know, and we knew that coming into the basketball game that it would be a physical battle, especially underneath the basket. They got a big team, and they got different guys that can throw at you, and you know, we just didn't come up with those balls, you know, and I thought in the first half, at times, we did that. If there was loose balls, 50-50 once we came up with them, but in the second half, it was just about going up and getting the ball off the rebound, and we didn't do a good job of that, and they made us pay for it.
seemed perfect execution in the first half, but perhaps the first few minutes of the third quarter just got away from you.
Yes, got off to a terrible start in the third quarter, and I was really disappointed with us as a group for the way we came out. I think it was just lackluster or lackadaisical as far as intensity-wise. So I think that gave them a good boost starting out the half. And we said that at halftime that we don't want to give them that go-ahead, especially at the beginning of the third quarter. So that was disappointing that we weren't able to get those stops that we needed too early in the quarter.
And just quickly, a word on Michael Green. We weren't expecting him to play, and he did such a great job.
No, yeah, we didn't. I mean, he just, it's one of these things right now where I got to try whatever I can. I think we need guys as much as possible, and if we could get him at the point guard, if he said he's ready to go, I got to kind of listen to the player to some extent. He hadn't practiced all week long, and he just shows up today and is like, listen, I'm ready to go. So, he came out and did a good job. I think we were kind of out of sync a little bit with that because, all these disruptions, they come back on you, but I was just willing to, if he said he's ready, I got to go with him because right now we just need to get it how we can.
Well done today. Thanks for talking to us. Cheers. Well, that was a close game, a tight game, a very low-scoring game for you guys.
It was. I think both teams played pretty good defense. Both teams went to a zone at one point and slowed the game down. Obviously, we wanted to pick the game up and use our speed and athleticism, but Rocks didn't really let us do that. They played tough, and I think we won the battle of the boards, and that was key, and knocked down a few shots at the end. So, yeah, it was a good game.
First half, we thought the tempo favoured them, and then at the start of the third quarter, you came out and did Plymouth basketball.
Yeah, we played great for probably 3 minutes and opened up that lead, and I'm really happy with that 3 minutes. But yeah, we really wanted to get up and down, but they slowed the tempo right down, walking the ball up the court and things like that. But I'm happy with the win. It wasn't a classic, but we got the 2 points.
And tremendous on the offensive rebounding. Just about half of your missed shots ended up in your hands.
Yeah, I think that's what we've got to look at, and we've got to crash the balls. We've got the size, we've got to be able to use it, and that comes with intensity and just hunger really. And Anthony had a huge game tonight, 20 rebounds, and he played great, and everybody's just got to follow that lead, and I'm really happy with that. Second chance opportunities.
Yeah, monster double-double from Rowan, and back to winning ways, which was important after the trophy final.
I think it would. I think it is important. We could have easily, crumbled, but we came back mentally strong, and we focused on the job at hand and got these important points. That we've got 8 games left, and all of them are going to be as important as the next.
Good win today. Thanks for talking to us. Well, Anthony, it doesn't make up for Friday, but at least you got back to winning ways here today.
Yeah, of course, Dan. Sports are a very funny thing. 1 minute you can be borderline depressive, and the next minute you're elevated and you're happy again. And that's what we try to do today. Wanted to get back on track in the league and get back on form.
And give a lot of credit to the Rocks. Their game plan really slowed you down in that first half.
They really did. I have to give amount of credit to them. In the first half, we really struggled to get in our flow. We're a pretty offensively strong team. We rack up serious points, and Rocks did a fantastic job in that zone. The zone is so big and so active, and we only had like 31 points, I think it was, at halftime, and that's not us. We can do that in a quarter usually.
And what adjustments did you make at halftime? Because it seemed in the third quarter you took over the game.
Coach just told us to be more aggressive, keep taking it to the hole. We felt like we didn't get as many calls as we'd like in the first half, so we just try to keep retaliating and responding. When they scored a basket, we wanted to retaliate straight away, and meaning fast break and get the ball inbounds and attack.
Well, Tony, if we look back at this game, I thought the real key factor for the Plymouth Raiders was how they managed to get the ball inside, points in the paint.
Points in the paint were really key to the game. Colbert, Williams, but especially Anthony Rowe was spectacular today. I thought he needed to have a big game, and they really got him going. But he also, let's be truthful, he got himself going with these type of plays, these effort type of second effort plays. They were outstanding, 20 and 20.
I know, just amazing. 12 offensive rebounds he had on his own, 25 as a team. They just refused to give up on missed shots.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, the Rocks, they tried to battle, but it was almost men against boys, as this kind of clip shows there. Colbert again bullying them for the offensive rebound.
And they also managed to get Bell into the low posts as well. But really, this was the Anthony Rowe show here.
It was the Anthony Rowe. To be honest with you, the league's best scorer, in Jeremy Bell, one of the best scorers, really had a quiet game. This was one of his few points.
Good win for the Raiders. Let's see some of the other action from around the BBL this weekend. Guildford with a must-win game in their playoff quest, playing host to bottom-of-the-table Wildcats. But it was the visitors who held the lead for much of the opening period. The Heat made their move in the second quarter, however. Teo Ogundengbi with 5 of 13 straight points for Guildford as they moved 36-24 in front midway through the period. Things didn't get much better for the Wildcats in the second half. Martel McLemore with 11 points as a 17-4 run by Guildford had them well in command of the game at 63-37. The Heat had 6 players in double figures, led by McLemore's 26 points, as they scored 16 of the last 17 points in the game and finished off massive winners. Final score, Guildford Heat 97, Durham Wildcats 59. Let's take a look back at all the results from the BBL this weekend. The Eagles claimed a second title in what they hope will be the clean sweep of domestic honours this season, with a 16-point second leg win in the BBL Trophy final. In the Championship, Mersey kept alive their playoff hopes with an 85-74 win in Sheffield. On Saturday, the Tigers capped a good weekend with a 30-point win in Durham. Riders made light work of the Lions, 88-71, and Worcester kept their slim title hopes alive, going with a 95-80 success over the Sharks. On Sunday, Worcester ran out 94-65 victors at Cheshire, Plymouth won our main game, and Guildford had a big victory at home against Durham. This is what it all means for the league table then. Eagles' lead at the top is only 2 points, but they played 2 games fewer than the Wolves. Plymouth and Leicester still in the hunt for second. Glasgow's lead over Sheffield is only a couple of points, whilst Guildford have bought themselves a little space. Just 2 points separate 8th from 10th in the playoff battle. Tremendous game here at Kelvin Hall. Our coverage continues next week as we travel to Sheffield in a big playoff game as the Sharks host the Cheshire Jets. That's Sheffield Sharks versus Cheshire Jets, Tuesday, 3rd of April, Sky Sports 3 at 6 p.m. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Brand new to Sky Movies.
Ticket boo-boo!
Kicking it.
I heard you had an unusual brown bear.
None that I can think of. Did you check the safety manual?
It's just a picture of it screaming.
Yogi Bear, available from Friday. Brand new to Sky Movies.
Doritos.
Hydration where you least expect it. From your razor. Wilkinson Sword Hydro. Water-activated gel hydrates your skin as you shave, and Skin Guards help reduce irritation. Our best shave for your skin. Hydro from Wilkinson Sword. Free your skin.
At the limits of your ability, you need to hydrate fast. You need to replace the electrolytes you lose in sweat. An isotonic performance fuel to take you faster, stronger, for longer. Lucozade Sport.
Need a new look? Introducing the new Link styling range. Get the look that gets the girls. New Link styling, also available in shampoo.
With Vonage, you get unlimited UK calls from just $3.99 a month. That's
That's right, just $3.99. Or you can choose from a range of great value international plans from just $5.99 a month. Plus, we offer great customer service and more than 20 inclusive features. No wonder 97% of Vonage users recommend us. So go to vonage.co.uk